Hello, St. Louis, and welcome back to the 314. This is your bi-monthly look at all of the hip-hop happenings here in St. Louis, Missouri, and I'm Mike with Louis Quatorze. I'll be giving you 3 things that have caught my eye over the past week, 1 plug I get for myself on a project I'm currently working on, and 4 things that I think you should be looking out for here in town. So, let's get into it. My first spotlight of this week is the Link Up, which is presented by Farfetched. It is a monthly producer showcase that's hosted at Foam. It's free, so if you don't have anything to do, there's no reason not to go. They bring a lot of local producers together and just allow them to showcase their beats and what they're working on. I love going up to Foam because it's such an intimate space with a really great sound system, and the crowd gets to get right on top of the producers and really be able to see and hear their beats. So this past week was Sibo Lee and also Mad Keys, and their stuff was amazing. Mad Keys busted out the violin and was throwing it down, and Sibo is just so smooth with everything he does. I really enjoyed myself. I'd also like to give a shout out to Julian of Stereo Assault. He just got a weekly column for Team Backpack that's called The Hustle. If you don't know what Team Backpack is, it's a national outlet for hip-hop, and Julian gets a weekly column now where he gets to talk about hip-hop going on here in our community. So that's a great opportunity for us to shed some light on what we're doing around town. Shout out to Julian. Make sure you check that out. I believe it drops every Thursday. It's called The Hustle. And finally, last week I went up to City Museum at Beatnik Bob's, where Eric Dante and DJ Hood Bunny had a show. It was my first time seeing a hip-hop show at City Museum, so I wasn't quite sure what to expect, but Eric Dante just has so much energy and such a great following here in town that he just killed it. And I saw people who were just visiting the City Museum coming over and kind of checking out what he was going on, what he was bringing to the table. He was just brought a ton of energy. He was going through all of his classics like Afternoon and Visitors, and DJ Hood Bunny was on the ones and twos, just throwing really cold beats, a lot of popular hits as well. Just kept the crowd and the vibe going. So shout out to them. They did a great job. One plug I want to get for myself this week is a project that's very dear to my heart. It's about my good friend Anthony Lucius. His debut album comes out on Friday the 21st. It's called Welcome to St. Lucius. I've listened to all of it. It's absolutely incredible. And a little teaser here is I'm actually on the album as well. Tony tapped me. He wanted me to kind of add some story components with my voice to the album since I've been shooting all of his videos. And I was very happy to do so. So if you go out and get his album, Welcome to St. Lucius, you'll hear me on it. So check that out on the 21st. And as a little teaser, I want to give you a taste of the album. So here is a track that I don't think anyone's heard yet. It's called Peace. It's the 9th track of the album. I want you all to listen to it and kind of vibe out to it and let me know what you think. It's one of my favorites from the project. So here is Peace off of Welcome to St. Lucius from Anthony Lucius.
Peace, I keep a peaceful camp, my peace and love, my heart is strapped. You see my streets, no heart attack. Keep calling me back, keep calling me back. These niggas want the trap, I want the game.
And as always, let's wrap up the show with 4 things that I think you should be paying attention to here in our scene. First up, we have producer Vaughn Vibes. He released an EP called Pink Sky Paradise this past month, and it's excellent. It's a very beat-centric tape since he is a producer, but he did tap some of his friends to hop on his tracks and provide some lyrics. So go check that out on his SoundCloud today. Also, since it's spring, we have a lot of festivals rolling in. One that's coming up this weekend is Black on Black Love's Empowerment Festival. It starts at 1 p.m. on Saturday, and it is going to have a lot of activities and events for people to participate in. But the highlight for me is going to be their local artist showcase, where they'll have a number of people from town coming up and gracing the stage with some of their tracks. So be sure to check that out. It's in the Old North neighborhood at 14th and St. Louis Avenue at 1 p.m. Also, Brock Seals released a new track and video to something he just created. It's called Hail Mary. I love Brock, not only his art, but also his music. And the music video for this too is pretty cool. So be sure to check that out on his SoundCloud and YouTube channel. And finally, this is a project that I have kind of overlooked, but I think it definitely deserves a nod. It's from Supreme Soul. It's called 3/21/95. It's out on his SoundCloud, and it is killer. I've been listening to it pretty consistently the past month, and there's a lot of good stuff on that. So be sure to check out that new project from Supreme Soul. And that's the end of our show. I appreciate y'all tuning in and spending your time with me. If you guys think I missed anything, guys and gals think I missed anything, please get on my social, give me a tweet, give me a shout out. I'm interested in hearing everybody's music and seeing what y'all are up to. So thank you again for tuning in, and I'll see you next time on the 314.
Change my plans. Not you. Too hard.